In our last two sessions, we've discussed a letter from a woman who was upset at the selfishness of her father, especially toward her mother, and she wanted to know what to do about it. I suggested that trying to change her father was foolish, but that she did have 4 choices when it came to responding to her mother. In the last session, we went over 2 of those. Now, back to the writer of the letter. 3rd choice, you could just listen, neither defending your father or sympathizing with your mother. That sounds neutral, but it's really not. When somebody is acting like a victim and you just listen, they take every second that you listen as confirmation of what they're saying. Your mother would take every second of your listening as you're siding with her against your father. And as I said last time, that's not going to do your mother any good. Giving sympathy or agreement to victims only makes them feel more like victims. And then they're even less likely to ever get out of that deadly cycle where they never feel unconditionally loved. So, 4th choice. You could teach your mother something useful. Almost all of us fail to recognize how many teaching opportunities we have presented to us every day. They come to us all the time, and we don't see them. Now, I hasten to add that it's not your job to convince your mother of anything, or, heaven forbid, to actually change her. You do have an opportunity, however, to present her with another way of seeing things, and then it's up to her whether she uses it or not. So what could you teach her? A lot. Your mother believes that she is a victim in her relationship with your father, and that simply isn't true. She chooses to participate in that relationship, and then she chooses to complain about it when it doesn't go like she wants. And that is something you could teach her. For example, if you wish to make this 4th choice, which is up to you, when your mother says, "Your father never takes me out to eat," don't just sit there and sympathize with her, which helps nobody. Say something. You could say, "So, Mother, when your nose is runny, do you wait for Dad to wipe it?" At that point, you'll almost certainly have her attention. She'll ask you what you mean. And then you can ask the question again until she says, "Well, no." Then continue and ask, "So, if you can wipe your nose on your own, why can't you make your own decision about whether you want to go out to eat?" Now, this will be a foreign concept to her, so you will have to explain. You could say this to her, "Mom, the next time you want to go out to eat, just tell Dad something like this, Fred, or whatever his name is, tomorrow night I'm going out to eat at Romano's, the Italian restaurant in town, or wherever you want to go. Would you like to go with me?" At this point, she'll probably protest that your father will gripe and moan and complain and say something like, "Oh, that's a stupid idea," or whatever. But that's an irrelevant distraction. You see, in the world of victims, everything is about being controlled and manipulated and wounded. It's a mess. And if you jump into that mess, you will lose. But in the world of real love, you just cleanly make your own decisions and let other people make theirs. It's much easier that way. We'll talk more about this in our next session.